As you and I wrap up this section on port security, let's take a moment and take a look at some review questions. And for question 1, instead of having a pick list of the answers, I want this to be kind of like an essay or open-ended question. And the question is this: how does port security, how does it prevent unwanted devices from connecting to a single switch port? And my goal is, can we explain that to somebody? If somebody asked us for a human resources interview or a technical interview, and they ask us, how does port security work? Can we tell them? That's my goal for us right here. And so when asked this question, we could explain that, well, if we have a switch and we have a switch port and it's connecting out to some office or a cube, we have users that are going to connect via that cable or via that port. Now, if they connect a switch or a hub and they start connecting lots of devices to it, which is undesirable for our network, what we could do is use port security, and the port security is looking at how many source MAC addresses are coming in on that port. If there's a whole bunch of different source MAC addresses trying to send traffic into that port, the switch is going to stop that from happening. So port security is simply controlling the quantity of different MAC addresses that are able to be seen coming inbound as source layer 2 addresses in frames as those frames are being sent into the switch. And question number 2, regarding port security, what is the default for the number of MAC addresses it's willing to tolerate? That's how I like to think of it when the feature is enabled. And what is the default violation action if more than that number of MAC addresses shows up on that port? And this might even be in that same technical interview. We're talking to our manager who's asking us about port security. And what we could do is say, well, in port security, the default number of MAC addresses that port is willing to know about and learn about by default is just 1. So that second MAC address that shows up, it's going to cause a violation. And furthermore, the default violation is to shut down that port. So if we enable port security and use these defaults, we're going to allow a maximum of 1 source MAC address, and a violation of that is going to make the port shut down. And I am happy that we were able to spend the time together in these videos regarding port security, and I look forward to seeing you in the next set of videos. Meanwhile, I hope this has been informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.